Come on!
Majority of my career, people told me I wasn't supposed to be here. People told me I wasn't good enough. People told me what I couldn't do. I always felt like I had to work twice as hard to get a seat at the table. You're talking about a kid that was just happy to get his foot in the door and be a part of something, and always felt like he had to prove himself. Everybody has had a part to play, and you know, the evolution and the path and the growth has all been a part of us. It hasn't just been me alone. I couldn't have written this down. I couldn't have envisioned this. There's nothing about this that I could have said would have happened.
Dream story, huh?
Somebody's retired.
You making it happen.
I told him to come here.
That's one thing I wanted to do, just perform. Some people would be like, oh, he's just here because he's from here and, you know, help the ticket sale, you know, stuff like that. I just wanted to make sure people know that I deserve.
Haslem, blocked by Okur. Udonis, oh my! Welcome to the NBA, Udonis Haslem.
To find myself 20 seasons, 3 rings, incredible career. I've done everything that I set out to do.
Udonis Haslem, when you think about your first day of work for the Miami Heat back in 2003, over 20 years have passed. What thoughts come back to your mind?
How desperate I was. You know, how desperate I was to just have an opportunity, show that I was worthy.
Welcome to San Juan, Puerto Rico, and the Sixers battling Pat Riley's Miami Heat.
Walking in here after rebuilding myself in Europe, you know, really taking a look at myself and taking some accountability, and just walking in here with a sense of desperation.
What do you remember about your first game?
What I remember about that was being more excited about playing against Iverson and what he meant to, you know, African Americans and what he meant to the culture, as opposed to being in my first NBA game. Never been to Puerto Rico, so it was a lot of things going through my mind, a lot of emotions that I was trying to corral and bottle.
You have won the confidence of this NBA coaching staff. What does that make you feel like?
I can't really explain that feeling. That's one thing that I wanted to do, is have people believe in me. I've been in situations, actually over the past year, that nobody really believed in me, and to come here and to work hard and for it to finally pay off, it feels real good.
Udonis Haslem playing in his final regular season game, marking the end to an amazing 20-year career.
How we feeling on UD Day?
Man, it's exciting, but we got a game to play, so obviously focused on getting the win tonight. Big game for us.
Oh, man, wow. I guess I did have a pretty decent career, huh? I mean, a hometown kid, dream come true, literally. Truly thankful and honored.
A lot of folks, myself included, remember your last game vividly.
Introducing my dad, Udonis Haslem.
Heat Nation. Whether I was the first man starting, whether I was the first guy off the bench, or whether I didn't play at all, you guys always had my back and showed love.
I didn't expect to be that nervous. A regular season game, it's just like a walk in the park for me usually. But I was extremely nervous that night.
Now in the game for the Heat, the captain, Udonis Haslem.
He took a charge.
Oh, the charge leader and everybody on their feet. Here he comes. Duncan, back to Udonis. Oh, my!
I wanted to put on a good show for the people that have sacrificed, you know, so much for me to be here. And I wanted to put on a good show for my family and my parents that are watching from above. I just wanted to make everybody proud and end it on a good note.
This organization has literally watched me grow from a boy to a man. They just gave me a why to continue to go. So I thank them. Every year I've been able to reinvent myself with these new guys that come in here. I thank these guys. You know, I'm just so thankful right now, man.
Once you step in here and put that jersey on, you inherit everything that comes with playing with the Miami Heat and going against the Boston Celtics. And it's a lot of
Take it all in. Listen to it. Listen to it. Them Bulls feel a little different, right? competition. You better be willing to do what it takes.
Your last season with the Heat, team goes to the conference finals where the Heat beat the Celtics in a Game 7 on the road. I want to talk to you about that game because after
losing, on my face when you said beat the Celtics on the road. See that smile?
To go to Boston and win a Game 7 had to be one of the great wins you've ever been a part of.
Oh, one of the greatest, and I knew. And I told the guys after we lost that game, for them to fight back, it took a lot of grit. But nobody's going to beat us 4 games in a row. Just put that in your mind over our dead bodies that we'll lose 4 games in a row to anybody in this association.
The Heat are going to the NBA Finals. It'll be the Heat and the Denver Nuggets.
Denver ended up winning. How did that leave you to end your career in the NBA Finals, but with the Heat coming up short?
Usually the ultimate competitor in me and the person that I am loses sleep. Not this time. This was a different one. This was a different feeling. I think that team was, if any other team really represented me in a way where it was beyond the game of basketball.
Don't ever forget the work you put in and what you deserve. Don't ever let nobody tell you different.
That team embodied the mindset of, chop wood, carry water, work twice as hard to get a seat at the table, and believing in yourself. Being in tune with your star player. You got to be in tune with your star player, and I think that's what we did for one another.
Where will Udonis Haslem be on the opening day of training camp?
Somewhere close by. Somewhere close by, I can promise you that. This is a forever thing.
You are a busy man in your retirement. One of the things you've transitioned to is Vice President of Player Development with the Miami Heat. Tell us what that job entails and how you're enjoying it.
It's continuing just to be the voice, but from a little bit more of an outside perspective. I'm in practice every day when they're at home. I'm in shoot-arounds every day when they're at home. I attend a lot of the games, and more so than being the vocal leader, I'm a text leader now. If I see something, I'm going to text Bam. If I see something, I'm going to text Hero. If I see something, I'm going to text Jimmy. I'm an advisor. I give great advice. All right. Let's go over here on the other side.
If y'all stay out of trouble, Christmas time coming up, then I'll make sure all y'all get to come to my Christmas drive and get Christmas gifts.
UD, your story is one of the most remarkable stories. 20 years with the same team, only you're from Miami, and you were undrafted. You're such a big part of this community. How do you continue to give back to the 305?
By remaining a man of the people. You know what I'm saying? I've never separated myself from this community. I'm at the grassroots with the people, and, I understand firsthand what the city needs.
As somebody that came from where y'all came from, that made it out the circumstances, I just want to show you guys a good time. Go ahead, buy what you want.
I'm from Liberty City. A lot of times in Liberty City, the resources get there last. I have the opportunity and the platform to make sure some of those resources get there first. So I literally just bridge the gap of what the people say they want and what they need.
One of the interesting things you've got involved with is ownership of a professional highlight team, the Renegades. How is that going, and how'd you get involved with that?
I was just a little prep working on getting ownership with the Heat, so got to start somewhere. Highlight is a sport where if you're not from South Florida or Miami, you might not be familiar with it. It was huge in the 80s as I was growing up. I just remember my father going to a lot of highlight matches, and at that time, I couldn't go in because I was too young. When I got old enough to experience it and know what it was, it sparked my interest immediately.
I did have to learn, the Cesta, the Plata, the Fontan, and all the terms and everything. So I did have to kind of start from scratch, but it's an exciting sport.
Won the championship last year, going for a back-to-back, see if we can get it again this year. But we got a couple guys with a team coming in to challenge me, but, we taking on all the challenges.
Pat Riley said Udonis is Miami, and tonight, making his NBA on TNT debut. Welcome to the family.
Thank you, guys.
Tell us how the broadcasting is going and what you enjoy most about it.
It's going well. It's going well. I think, for me, I've had a lot of hidden talents I think that people don't know about because they only see the competitive side. And that's the side I only want you to see. Everybody don't deserve the energy of seeing the positive and energetic and, lively and communicative UD.
This may be the first time you've worn makeup, but...
Why would you have... You ain't have to tell the people that. They know. That has nothing to do with the basketball.
What do you think we see from the Heat this season?
There's always championship expectations. It doesn't matter who walks in that locker room because the game still has to be played in between the lines.
I'm very multi-talented. You know, there's a lot of things that I can do.
Obviously, super excited to be doing this, man. It's been 25 years of a lot of stories, a lot of dope teammates.
25,
25 of them, and we're going to keep it real.
100%.
One
thing I will say is he was a Heat guy.
Yeah, he was.
He was a Heat guy. We all know people that are God-given talent and things come naturally and things come easy to them. Yeah. And then we got those guys that's in the gym. And no disrespect to anybody else, but there's nobody in the league that I know that can guard 5 positions. And as I learn in the TV lane and pay attention to the greats like you and John and, you know, Ernie and Shaq and Chuck and all these different people, once again, how can I make that authentic to myself? So how can I give the same message in my way with my energy? That's what I kind of try to do, is mirror what you guys do. So thank you.
Thank you.
When you think of Heat culture, you think of UD.
His legacy and his resume speaks for itself.
100% real and always bled what the Heat culture wants, what it needs.
I think he set the standard, set the bar for anybody who follows.
He's just one of those special teammates and special players that, you know, has withstood the test of time, especially in one organization. His impact will last forever here.
He's always been that backbone to a team. He's always been the guy that he's willing to sacrifice for the greater good of his teammates.
The entire organization, the city, everybody who's been your teammates and everybody that even hasn't been your teammate in the future will know who UD is and what he stood for.
That undrafted label, you carried it with you your whole career, but what does it mean to you to have your jersey retired in the Heat's house, and yet your jersey will be here forever?
It means the world to me, you know, but not just for me. You know, once again, I think I talk about this all the time. You know, my father wore number 40, you know what I mean? And you know, my father is my biggest fan, and I'm his biggest fan, and he was my best friend. And Tim James, who came before me, who made it even possible to believe that a kid from Liberty City or Miami can wear an NBA jersey and it can be in his hometown. And thirdly, you know, it matters because of the guys that come behind me. You know, when you walk in this organization and you walk in here and you're undrafted, immediately I'm gonna let you know there's an expectation of you. And I'm gonna say, hey, I did it, and I know you can do it. And I'm gonna show you, you know, the things that can happen if you're able to embrace the culture and fall in line the way I asked you to and the way we asked you to. This is what can happen for you. So once again, I'm not just talking about it. I'm in the mud living it, and I'm showing you how to get there.
And there it is, you're number 40. It's a beautiful thing to see. You were the 6th jersey retired by the Miami Heat, a franchise that is now 36 years old. You were at the ceremony for the first 5 guys that had their numbers retired. Did your mind wander about, I hope someday that happens for me?
No, I never really thought about it. You know, most of the time when we do these things, it's halftime of a game or something. So I'm dressed, still worried about the game and who we're playing and the opponent. And secondly, that's those guys' moment. And I was always just thankful to be a part of their journey. You know, however I could have impacted, you know, that journey and helped them get, you know, to where they got, I was thankful to have that opportunity, because in that, there was something that I was able to learn. In that, there was something that I was able to take, you know, from those guys and implement it in my journey and in my walk. So as much as I was able to give to those guys, I was focused on being able to celebrate those guys, because that was their night, and also what they did for me and what they gave to me, just showing thanks.
UD. We all know we don't get to choose our families, but I got to choose you. Thank you for being my brother. I love you.
January 19th, 2024. It was your time. It was your night for your number to be retired. What do you remember about how it felt to just walk into the building that night knowing what was about to happen?
Oh.
Hell they are.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. You guys outdid yourself, man. Thank
nervous?
You. A little bit, but I got my speech written down. All I got to do is be able to read.
Oh, we just got a little videographer going here.
What's up, brother?
Oh, gee.
How you doing? Everything was just moving so fast. And it's hard for me to celebrate myself.
Anything you're looking forward to tonight?
My family, for them. You know what I mean? I've had my time. The city showed me love and celebrated me. This is my time to celebrate them. give back to them. They sacrificed a lot for me. So that was the first time that I was able to try to celebrate myself. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
And I was a day one season ticket holder.
Thank you,
So
sir.
I've watched you grow up.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm doing great, and
Thank
you?
Good, good. Thanks for coming. What's up, my brother?
For the last 20 years.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Thanks for your community service. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Special, you know what I mean? The love that I get from this city is unmatched. Real love, not fake. Even though everything moved kind of quick, the people that were here, my family, my friends, they had an amazing time. They were thankful. I was thankful.
Are you nervous?
Gotta relax a little bit. I gotta let myself be celebrated. But the thing about this tonight is, even though I'm being celebrated, I want this for my family. I want this for the people that sacrificed for me to be here. So this is their night. That jersey goes in the wrappers for all of us tonight. I couldn't have written this down. I couldn't have envisioned this. There's nothing about this that I could have said would have happened. Like I said, you're talking about a kid that was just happy to get his foot in the door and be a part of something, and I always felt like he had to prove himself. So I was blown away. I was blown away.
Y'all got the money on me crying, don't y'all? I know y'all think I'm gonna cry, don't y'all?
You didn't cry the night of your jersey, did you?
A little bit. I think I got a little teary-eyed, but I didn't cry. It was emotional.
Okay. Ready?
Watch this.
I learned this lesson early on.
Now they finna make me cry.
The game can give you a lot.
Why y'all got my kids involved? Not everyone has a chance to live their dream. But I did. And I did it my way. In my city. All right. Yeah, I got a tip.
Udonis
It's the greatest Miami Heat story ever told about a young man born and raised in Miami.
Udonis Haslem is going to leave a very big footprint, and that footprint right now is going to lead to this jersey that is going to be raised to the rafters.
Look at the list of guys I'm sitting with. Riles ain't just putting anybody up there. All those guys are Hall of Famers. In my heart, in my soul, I'm just as loved and just as appreciated in this organization as any of those guys. This is a dream come true.
Yeah, I'm about to cry.
Tell us what it was like emotionally to see your number getting raised to the rafters.
Most of the time I can control my emotions, but not really. But, the tough part about that was when I saw the chairs for my parents and I heard their voices. I haven't heard their voices in years.
It is so wonderful to watch your child fulfill his dream.
He's humble. He's grateful.
He always wanted to play in the NBA, and I knew once he got the opportunity, he'll never look back.
Those are the very seats where Udonis's parents sat and watched him play, and now those seats will go home with Udonis and his family. In addition, the Heat have installed 3 new seats to remain in the house that you helped build, forever connecting the Haslem name as a part of Miami Heat history.
It was just an overflow of emotions that really couldn't be controlled. I was at that point just trying to do the best I could to get through it. It might have been a little tear shed, but I had on shades. Nobody could tell. I just remember having this big speech that I had been practicing, and when I got here, none of it came out.
I wrote something down I can't even read right now. I'm so emotional.
I remember just falling back on my heart and being authentic.
My family, my wife, my kids, I love y'all. Y'all keep me motivated. Pat, you know it took me 2 years to even speak to you? You know that, right? From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Spo. And we actually love each other, and we never really bumped heads that much towards the end. Early on, I was a knucklehead, and we ended up becoming like brothers. Mickey, Madeline, Nick, all you guys. You took a chance on a kid that really nobody really wanted to take a chance on. I will forever be in your debt for that. Thank you, guys. But if you ever call me 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm coming. I'm pulling up, and I'm with everything you need me to be with. I got you. I got you. Dwayne, boy, there's no way I'm sitting here without you right now. You showed me how to dream. I love you to death, brother.
What was it like to have Eric Spoelstra and his coaching staff and your teammates watch?
You know, those are my brothers, and like I tell the current guys, it's easy to play and fight when it's your brother. Those guys have been my brothers, and they will always be my brothers. I would do anything for these guys.
Bam, I'm still here, boy. Just so you know, I'm still pushing championship expectations. Bam, Jimmy, Tyler. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Heat Nation, man, I love y'all. I'm sorry I was too emotional to do my speech that I wrote, man. 305 for life, man. We all going up in the banners tonight, man. Love y'all.
I love you. You all right?
Yeah. Yes.
I couldn't do the speech.
It's all good.
He should be an inspiration to so many.
Undrafted, 3 championships with the same organization for 20 years. He's an anomaly.
When he talks about the culture of the Miami Heat, Udonis Haslem is that culture.
I know he will disagree with me, but he's literally had the best career in Miami Heat history. Whenever we come back to that arena, for the rest of our lives, we get to look up and we get to see our jerseys right next to each other. That's exactly how it should be, because there's no Dwayne Wade without Udonis Haslem.
That's earned. That's ain't given.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it, boy.
Love you, bro.
Love you, dog. Thanks.
Thank you.
Love you. Can I get a kiss? I love you.
What makes you the most proud of your 20-year playing career here in Miami?
The respect and the relationships that I've built, not only in this organization, but around the NBA. That respect and those relationships will last forever. There's guys that get way more money and have way more talent, but they don't have more heart. And the rings. No matter what you say, you cannot take that feeling, that moment, and those rings and those trophies away.
I said this many times about you while you were playing. I'm going to say it to you one more time right to your face. Udonis, you did.
I love that one. I love that one. That's the next T-shirt. Thank you,
brother.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.